now California Congressman Khanna, who sits on the Armed Services Committee. Congressman, always a pleasure to see you. You and Senator Blumenthal are pushing a bill to halt arms sales to Saudi Arabia for a year. Why?
What galls many of us is the ingratitude. We provide Saudi Arabia with over 70% of their arms. We provide them with extraordinary defense. For decades, we've been helping them. And now when Americans are suffering at the pump, they're cutting production to hurt America. That's just wrong. As the president has said, there have to be consequences. One of those consequences is suspending the arms sales to the Saudis.
For 1 year, and the Saudis have been paying top dollar for all those sales. What do you think that would have? What impact would that have?
Well, we'll force them to reconsider the decision. Look, the Saudi planes could not fly, literally, their Air Force, without American technicians. Their Air Force would be grounded to a halt. They can't rely on China and Russia. It would take them almost a decade. They've been dependent on our military for decades. So it would force them to reconsider. I mean, right now, they're making $100 billion almost in 2022 off the oil they've sold. They've got a 70% profit margin, far more than American oil companies. And they're doing this to help Putin, because Putin doesn't have a profit margin. He's providing the oil at a discounted rate to places like China. So they're in bed with Putin, and they're hurting Americans, and America will not tolerate that.
Congressman, the president also was asked about the potential of a recession, as many banks and economists have predicted. Listen to this.
I don't think there will be a recession. If it is, it'll be a very slight recession. That is, we'll move down slightly. It is possible. I don't anticipate it.
How do you explain that to folks that are seeing the gas and grocery bills continue to rise?
Well, anyone who tries to predict the future of the economy usually doesn't look that good in retrospect. But what I will say is people still are hurting. Gas prices are high. That's why we need to take significant action against the Saudis. And we need to continue to invest in this country to make more things in America. If we make more things in America, we're going to be creating jobs. That'll help prevent a recession. And we're also going to lower inflation if we produce more goods here.
Congressman, as Iran sends Russia drones to be used to attack civilians in Ukraine, Iranian women are taking to the streets demanding change after the death of a young woman detained by the country's morality police. Is there something that you think the United States should or could be doing to support the people of Iran as they look for a better future?
Well, it's horrific what's happening there. I stand in complete solidarity with the students, and I stand in solidarity with the women who've been protesting for basic freedoms. One of the things we could be doing is providing internet service into Iran. I know that the government has said that we would waive the sanctions on tech companies to provide internet so that the students and women can continue to have a voice. We also need to be providing, in my view, asylum to folks in Iran who want to come for freedom. And we need to continue to speak out with a clear voice in solidarity with the students and the women who are marching for freedom.
Congressman Khanna, I always appreciate your time. Thank you for being with us this morning.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure.